Stream started.
Hello.
Happy
Hello,
Easter.
hello. Hi. Hello. Happy Easter. Hello, hello. How you doing? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, AJ. Hello, hello. How you doing today? I hope you had a nice day today. Yeah. So, something very interesting happened today. You have eaten an unreasonable amount of chocolate. Well, I actually had not eaten a single bit of chocolate today. Huh. Now that I think about it, I think I'm missing out. Huh. Even though it's Easter, it never even crossed my mind. Huh. Okay, I suppose I've been way too preoccupied with other stuff. So today, I will eat something. Probably tomorrow when the chocolate is discounted or something. Something really weird happened today that I wanted to share. So, a few minutes before I started my stream, I was, like always, doing some research in YouTube, right? So what I was doing is that I was hopping from stream to stream, basically on Twitch, where I was basically seeing what the streamer was doing, what they were playing, how were they playing, who they were playing with, what was their cadence, like in the banter and intonation, how will they react to things happening in games, right? I was doing that kind of research, right? Trying to basically improve my own performance on stream by examining the mistakes other people were making so I could improve myself, right? And then this really weird thing happened. Because you see, whenever I see a streamer that is about my size, right? I consider them basically potentially collab partners, right? Like, okay, depending on how you behave on stream, right? I might consider you to actually have a collab, right? So I found this streamer. She was basically about my size, maybe a tiny bit bigger, right? And I was lurking on her stream, seeing how she chatted, what she was doing, and everything else, right? And then she went to her Be Right Back screen, right? She went to do something, I don't know what, I was not really paying attention, I was doing something else, right? I turned back to her stream and I see she's on the Be Right Back stream, right? I see the chat is like silent. There is no one actually chatting, like at all. Even though a few moments before, there were mods, VIP viewers speaking, etc., right? So I found this very curious, right? because I was like, okay, the chatters are not interacting with each other, even though she basically has like double the amount of concurrent viewers I have, right? And I was guessing, okay, maybe half of the people here are actually coming from the other VTuber side, right? Because he was collabing with another person, right? They were both playing Marvel Rebels, right? Mm. And the chat was silent, right? And I'm like, interesting. And she had this Be Right Back screen that is very similar to the one I want to make, right? Basically, a screen showing your clips. I've seen some VTubers that don't allow chatters to attack to each other. Really? I had never seen actually that. But okay, we were on the Be Right Back screen, right? The Be Right Back screen had the thing where it's showing clips from the VTuber, right? Random clips. So I got an idea. Since the chat was so quiet, I was wondering what would happen if I suddenly spam a bit on chat, but trying to be funny, right? Trying to be cheeky, right? So I went in there and I was like, finally, she's gone. I can be free in chat, right? Or something along those lines. And I started to basically burn through my channel points, right? You know, in Twitch, when you follow someone, they give you like 200 of a currency for you to use, right? On alert and stuff. So I basically burned a few alerts, right? It was not even something that was very spammy. I did the classical higher new alert. Then I tried to use the first alert, and I saw someone had already redeemed it, so I skipped that. And then I believe I used another 2 alerts, and that's it, right? It was like 3, maybe 4 alerts, right? In sequence. And then I was like, I started to mention how interesting on her clips. Basically, every clip, she has a different model, right? And suddenly, mod speaks, right? Like, yes, blah, 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 this, right? And I was like, there is someone here. I'm not alone, right? And he was like, yeah, I'm always watching, right? Basically playing into the beat I was trying to do, right? Then I added one more comment where I was like, the clips are not like smoothly transitioning into each other, right? The clips gave this feeling where it felt like when you have the remote control on your hand and you're like switching between channels on the TV, like there is this abrupt cut in between clips, right? And I mentioned that on the comment, right? And then the VTuber came back, right? So I keep with the beat I was playing, and I said, she's back, run, right? And I was wondering how she would react, right? Because a couple other chatters actually joined me on the beat and were like, run, scatter, right? So playing to the beat, I stopped chatting, right? I went back to what I was doing, and I was like watching his stream on the second monitor, waiting for her to react, right, to the little bit I did on the Be Right Back screen. I wanted to see how she will react, right, to basically a chatter playing around on the Be Right Back screen, right? a new chatter. And she didn't say anything. She didn't mention my messages. She didn't acknowledge the bit happening in chat. So it was
it's
not
pre-recorded.
It was not pre-recorded because I could see the live chat in her stream, right? Just the way I have this right here, right? I could see hers and I could see my messages, right? So it was not pre-recorded. She simply didn't acknowledge what was happening in chat, and I was a bit confused, right? Okay. I would at least engage with a new chatter, right? Even if it's just to say hi, right? And she went back and started talking to his color partner. Then the mod says something, the mod in chat, right? He says something and she actually spoke toward the mod, right? She actually acknowledged the mod, what the mod was saying, right? Then the VIP chatter in chat says something, play like an TTS alert, and she actually laughed to what was said on the TTS, right? Because they were like playing with these TTS that had the voice of Winston from Overwatch, right? So she was interacting with chat. She just ignored the bit I played during the Be Right Back screen. And I was, that's odd, but fine, right? Maybe it was one of those occasions, I'm pretty sure you have also lived through them, where someone tries to be funny, tries to be friendly, and you for some reason don't know how to react, right? Like you draw a blank, where you basically are like stunned in place and unwillingly make things awkward, right? So I was like, okay, maybe she didn't know how to respond to the bit, right? My little cheeky, playful banter in the Be Right Back screen. That's fine. So I keep watching, right? I go back to what I was doing. I'm typing away, doing things for my work. And then I walk away to do something else. I walk away from the computer. Right? This is probably like how much time? Maybe 5-10 minutes after I did the bit. So a sizable amount of time had passed, right? I walk away. I'm doing stuff, helping people. I'm doing other stuff. I come back to the computer. And when I see what I see in the computer actually shocked me. You see, I came back to the computer and I noticed that I couldn't hear her stream, right? There was nothing playing. And I'm like, did she finish stream already? That's odd, right? I thought she might raid into someone, right? But she didn't, And I go to the computer, and in my second computer, there is this message that says, "You have been banned from this channel." The reason I couldn't couldn't hear her stream, it was because she banned me. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Right? I don't know. My texts were not particularly interesting. I played a bit, right? I mentioned her variety of models, on the clips. And then I mentioned how the transition between clips was a bit jarring, and that's it, right? I had like maybe 7 messages in chat tops. And mind you, this is the first time I came to the stream, right? So it couldn't be something I said before because I was literally a new watcher, right? And then like, what the fuck happened here, no? And when I tried to appeal yeah, you wouldn't ban someone for that, right? At least that's what I like to believe, right? I thought maybe the mod didn't like it or something. I don't know. So first, I didn't know what to think about that, right? I thought maybe she misclicked, right? You know, the typical where you click on the wrong name and misclick again and suddenly you ban someone, right? So I was okay, maybe it was an accident, right? So I grabbed my alt account because I have a separate account to my VTuber account and open her stream. And I'm like watching the stream, he's playing normally. She's like, almost as she didn't realize I was banned, right? And I'm like, huh, that's weird. So I go back through chat to check the moment where I was banned, right? Because I remember the messages that were before and after when I was chatting, right? Because other people were playing into the beat, right? The oh no, scatter, right? So I go back in chat and I see these messages. The first message I notice is this one from a mod that says something like, oh, I went back in chat looking for a bot. Never mind. Something along those lines, right? Like, oh, I thought you were talking about a bot. I went to check back the messages, right? And then another message from the same mod that said, messages? Question mark, right? And I was like, huh? What happened here, right? And I go back up towards my messages and I see that none of my messages are missing. So they didn't delete in any of my messages as far as I could tell. But I was still banned, right? I even tried to refresh the stream and everything. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And when I clicked to try to appeal the ban, it told me I needed to wait 15 minutes before I could appeal. And okay. And it gave me a specific time, like you cannot appeal until this specific time, right? Let's say 6:55, right? And it said you need to wait 15 minutes to appeal. And I was like, okay, so they banned me at the 40 minute mark, right around that spot. I tried to went back through her bot to try to see what happened, but the bot won't allow you to rewind. So I was like, hey, shit, I will need to wait for her to finish her stream, right? And then check the bot. She finished her stream. Okay, I say, let's check the bot. I go to the bot. It's not there. The bot is not public. Apparently she has set it so her bots don't go public once she finishes stream. And I'm like, huh, interesting. So I'm like, okay, but this is weird. And you know why I think this is weird? Because the reason I consider her for a collab was because on Twitter, I was like basically cruising through Twitter, and I saw this post that was like complaining about people backstabbing each other instead of trying to all cooperate to gain success and that kind of stuff. Like basically promoting team playing, right? Being a team player. And I didn't really have any complaint about her post, right? So I basically made a joke. I was like, ha, bold of you to assume I have friends, right? Or something along those lines. And she actually liked my tweet, right? So I was like, she liked my humor, right? Let's check her stream. That was my thought process, right? And I was maybe thinking, maybe... Did she maybe look me up and saw something she didn't like and decided to block me or something? But I was like, no, wait, we have not really interacted at all. Maybe, is this a rogue mod? Maybe the mod didn't like my little bit in the chat and decided to ban me or something, like something of the sort. So I go back just to confirm that I was thinking about the correct VTuber, right? That I was not confusing her with someone else, right? So I go back to my likes, I scroll down through the likes a few days, and I find her like on my tweet, right? And I check. That is indeed the same username, and even has the link towards the Twitch channel I was watching, the one I'm now banned from, right? And I'm like, that's weird. So it is the same person. And then I scroll down a little bit to see her post, and I see... What do you think I see? You cannot interact with this profile. You have been blocked. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? I'm like, what? So that's not a rogue mod. It has to be her, right? Because I doubt she allowed her mods to use her Twitter account, right? And I'm banned both on her channel, Twitch channel, and on her Twitter. And I'm extremely confused. Because as of, 10 days ago, we interacted on Twitter, and the interaction was fairly smooth, I believe. So I'm very confused. I don't know why she did that. If she did it herself. Yeah. I'm confused. Because I even checked her Twitter post, and I was like, okay, maybe I said something on Twitter that pissed her off, right? Enough for her to actually remember me and block me then, right? And then when I show up on her stream and saw my chats, basically, she decided to just block me right there, right? But when I went through her post, trying to look for something we would collide in, right? Something we wouldn't agree on, I didn't find anything. So I'm very confused. I have no idea what happens. Yeah, for some reason there is well, let's not call it hostility. Let's say it's clear she doesn't like me. Right now, I wouldn't say she's hostile. She doesn't want to interact, I suppose. Yeah. So what I did, I basically just waited the 15 minutes so I can appeal the ban on her channel. And I basically said, hey, I'm a new chatter. I don't know why I was banned. I'm hoping this was an accident or a mistake. But if it's not, I will simply just take it, right? I will not try again, right? So that happened. And I'm still kind of confused. Yeah. It's very weird. Yeah. Again, it could be, this is my theory, right? So take it with a grain of salt. Maybe she's the kind of people who blocks people who follow people she disagrees with, right? Like if there is this one person right here that says something she doesn't like, she will basically block that person. And when she sees someone that has really not said something that she disagrees with, but follows that person, then she basically says, okay, I don't want to interact with you at all, so she blocks you too. No, it's not concerning. I don't tweet that much. Yeah, I don't really tweet that much. So, also I was not very careful when I worded my, what call it? My interpretation of the paraphrasing of the tweets. Yeah. So you probably can find it if you try hard enough. It's not really that buried, right? So yeah, but I find it weird. But still, don't bother her. If she doesn't want to interact, that's fine. It's not like we have, what to call it? She simply doesn't want to interact. We don't really have an issue with each other, right? She wants to basically keep to her own circles, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. But if there is someone else here that is thinking on calling her out, don't. This is not really an issue. It's just a weird interaction, right? It's weird enough that, well, at least for myself, it's weird enough that I had to highlight it. Yeah. Even if you get beef with someone, the most you will do is get some popcorn and watch. Yes, I don't need someone to defend me. Yeah. Yes. I was going to say they will disappear soon enough, but that sounded a little bit too threatening, so I decided to skip that. Yeah, it's a weird interaction. It's weird. It's the first time I basically go to a Twitter account and find myself to be blocked. It's very interesting. when I think back, the only thing that I believe that I have said that might be like controversial to the point somewhat might like dislike me would be the one for being parasocial towards fictional characters, and that's pretty much it. Because aside from that, I had not really made that kind of comments ever, and even then I was being half joking most of the posts. Yeah. You could even call it a tiny bit of wait. Speaking of chats, I recently watched the stream 3K concurrent views, but the chat is lower than yours. Really? I never actually checked that because I don't really like any color. Their practices are a bit too scummy for my taste, so I don't want to even give them views, basically. So I have not really watched any Ninja streams. To be specific, to be fair, I in a specific chat a lot. I in specific chat a lot. Yeah. Yeah, but they are under contract. And they do get hate themselves, right? But like my grandma used to say, if you work for the devil, don't be surprised if you get burned. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, it's a weird highlight of my day. It was interesting. How to call it? This feeling is not a feeling of what to call it? What would be the correct word here? The feeling is not aggressive, it's not confrontational, from my part at least. It's more like a sense of wonder. I'm like confused and interested. I'm like a scientist that just discovered something that they have never seen before, basically. I'm like curious, slightly amused. That's why I'm like talking about it, because it's very interesting to me, right? I feel like a scientist dissecting a weird animal, right? I'm like, oh, why did you do this? What did I do? What caused this reaction? Ah, interesting. Yeah. But yeah, Nishanji is currently not doing well. It makes you look like an alien. Well, that's the thing about me. I think first, then I feel. Yeah. Yes. Also, shush, phone. Have I said this before? My art teacher that I had on high school said that for some reason I feel too little. Like my feelings to events are muted, like numb, And I was like, how rude. I'm just thinking first, feeling later. And he said that basically because we went to this theater presentation. We watched a symphony perform, and it had even an opera beat and everything, right? And when the concert finished, people literally stood up in ovation, clapping, right? And well, I joined, right? But it was more like, oh yeah, well done. I was not particularly moved or anything, right? Yeah, so when we got out of the theater, my teacher was like basically screaming praises to the director and the symphony, like as we walked out of the building. And then he turned to me and was like, right, that was great, and this and that. And I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. Because no, it was great. And like, yeah, sure, it was good. No, you don't understand this and blah, 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 blah. And everyone around us was basically agreeing with him. And then like, good for you. Yeah, I usually think first. Emotional attached? Yeah, I suppose a little bit. It's not that I am incapable of feeling emotions. It's that I ponder first, I think first, right? I try to not overreact, right? I try to keep my cool. Yeah. And I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because you just have to tune out when you're forced to do something you like pressing the escape button. You see, mine is a little bit different. I have a hard time like doing that, like going in autopilot when I'm doing something that I don't like. Mainly, especially if it's not like a routine. If it's not something like I do like every day, it's very hard for me to tune it out, right? But I have this thing that is a little bit concerning. So I have this weird bit of behavior that I have. It's basically, imagine this. You leave your house, right? You are going to visit a friend. The friend is like 30 minutes walk away from your house. You don't want to waste money on the bus, right? So you start walking. You are going to walk there, right? And I start walking. And I'm like thinking, right? I take the moment to reflect. Oh yeah, I did that and did this. I should have done that here. Maybe that. I have like this thing that I want to do. I want to eat this. Maybe I shouldn't have said that in that moment. Maybe do this. Maybe I should change this. I forgot to clean my room. That kind of stuff, right? You're just randomly both daydreaming and letting your mind wander as you walk, right? The next thing I know, I'm like 10 meters away from the my friend's house, and I don't remember crossing the streets I don't remember the cars, passing any cars. I don't remember if there were other people in the street with me. It's a little skip. And I know it's not like a teleportation, because I can check my clock and I see it took time, right? But I cannot remember what I did, right? I don't remember if there was anything ordinary, like if there was trash on the ground, if there were people walking by, if anyone said hello to me while I was walking, if I had to stop before crossing the streets or not, if I look both ways when I was walking, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit scary, but it never really ended up with me getting into trouble, right? It's more like my brain just throws that part of the video into the recycling bin the moment I get close to my friend's house, right? He just says, from here, chop it off and throw it in the trash. Unnecessary information, right? So I cannot really remember that. Yeah. It happens to me. Especially when I'm on the street. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose I'm kinda emotionally detached a little bit. Yeah. So that's why maybe it sounds very weird when I see this particular interaction going on a little bit over, more like a curious event that needs to be enjoyed and analyzed and pondered on, right? Instead of really being upset that it actually happened. Yeah. Yeah, then again, that's probably another effect from my family, huh? Maybe. Oh, I also saw something funny. A different VTuber, Giga, got into trouble. Well, I said trouble, but it was not really that much of a trouble. She basically, what to call it? There has been a lot of graduations this year, right? I'm sure you have noticed. There were like 7 graduations from Clover, from Hololive. There have been like 3 or 4 from Nijisanji, and a bunch of different dramas here and there. Indie VTubers getting into scandals and then having to quit, basically. Right? Getting outed as awful people, basically. And there is also some managers that have been getting into trouble for being very abusive towards their talents, right? And also a bunch of corporations, small corporations, have basically imploded overnight, right? So there has been a lot of what to call it, fatalities in the community, right? So there has been this like pervasive feeling of loss in general, like there is a purge, yeah, and not only from the bad actors, but we are seeing like good actors also get dragged through the ground, right? You find the dramas quite funny to how schizo most of them are? Yeah, some people are kinda weird. Yeah. Because you would think they would realize the things they did is going to basically explode on their faces. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately it's imploded also. Yeah, there is going to be a fallout from that because I heard they got their hands on the database from 4chan, and apparently there are a bunch of IP addresses and basically information on the accounts that might actually come back to bite some VTubers that were basically shit talking on 4chan. For example, the people who leaked information from Niji-sanji on 4chan now are in danger. Yeah. Yeah, the refugees are going to flood everywhere else, which is another issue, yes. But I believe there will be a fallout following after people analyze the databases from 4chan and start each their own witch hunts. Yeah. So we will see more drama from that fallout, for sure. Right? And all these, like, yeah, I have seen that kind of stuff, yes. All this drama makes this, like, sensation of, like, people left and right falling like flies, right? So of course a lot of people got like a bit tiny depressed, and when the ladies' graduations were announced, they were basically mourning the VTubers a little bit too hard, right? Like they were dying or something, right? I saw that and I was like, okay, that's a bit much, but I didn't say anything. One, because I try to not speak about that kind of stuff, right? I try to not get into problems, right? Try not to say something you might regret later, right? So I saw that and I was like, okay, maybe it's not that this person is being parasocial. Maybe they are in a very bad spot, and this one VTuber was like their respite, their safe place, the place where they could rest after a shitty day, and now that's going to be taken away, right? So I gave them the benefit of the doubt. And then was like, okay, let's not touch that. Let the people cry, right? Flick like that gif of gesturing clapping. His hands going like a bunch of liquid explode around him. Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, I'm not touching that. Let them cry, right? They are not really hurting anyone, right? And then one VTuber that I actually follow closely, Giga from Bishoyo, tweeted about that, and she got some backlash, just as I thought it was going to happen. Basically, she said something like, hey, I know that graduations are very sad and everything, but please don't act like we are going to die or something. It's disrespectful and puts much pressure on the people graduating, right? And she got a backlash, right? And I see why, right? People are crying. They are basically still literally on their graves of their beloved VTubers after they graduate, crying. And she walks up to them saying, hey, you are exaggerating. It's just a fictional character, right? Obviously, the person that is grieving is going to react aggressively to being basically low-key, even though it was not the intention, low-key mocked, right? Or dismissed. Yoroshi first promoted herself on 4chan. She graduated in 2022. Really? I wonder if she's around somewhere. But yeah, she got some backlash. And I saw her tweeting, trying to, what to call it, not defend herself, neither apologize. She just basically added context. The issue is here. The issue why the backlash was even harder against her is because when she tweeted that, someone big from Nijisanji was literally in the middle of their announcement stream saying they are going to graduate. And that's some nasty bad timing. Yeah. Basically, even though probably she was talking about the other VTubers that have graduated recently, she basically stepped on a landmine just because of the timing. Probably she was not even aware that Nijisanji member was graduating when she tweeted that. And it didn't matter because she still got the mind explode on her face. Yeah. And like I said, she tried to basically compose her tweet, add more context without apologizing or defending herself, which is very smart, right? She remained like low-key neutral somehow. But from the point of view of the people sad about the graduation, it looked to them she was trying to fix her mistake without apologizing, basically. So they didn't take to her tweets kindly. Yeah. And I see why, right? It's not that they are like correct, right? But the timing and then she, what to call it? Not being very eloquent with her words kinda screw her over in general. Yeah. And that's why I don't touch that. Yeah. Yeah. That's the issue. And I saw that happen and I was like, ouch. Yeah. Drama-tubing is a high-risk, high-reward profession. The issue is that she's not even a drama-tuber. She's very grounded. From among all the VTubers I know, she's like the one VTuber that I like agree the most with. She's like someone I can see like eye to eye when she speaks. She's very, what to call it, centered. Yeah. Only her reward is someone who relies on chance or someone who likes to gamble, basically. If you like to gamble, that's one profession you can pursue, for sure. But yeah, she's probably one of my favorite VTubers. It's a shame she often streams at the same time as I do. Procession? Yeah. I think if I ever get a chance to speak with Giga, it would be one of the most interesting conversations I will ever have. Yeah. Because she gives this like this aura, the same kind of aura my friends at university used to give. Like, be careful, don't speak about this one subject I specialize in, or you are going to be stuck with me speaking about it for the next 4 hours non-stop. Yeah. I'm a little master. I have a doctorate degree in this subject, and I will talk your ear off if you give me the chance. Yeah. It will be funny to speak to her. I think the subject would be all over the place and very centered at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Yes. Sometimes I think back to my tweets, and to other posts I have in different parts of the internet, and I'm like, should I delete that? Will this come back to bite me? Because I'm like, that is not like overly political, but if someone really tries, they can misinterpret that, maybe, right? So I could just, before I get famous or known or get into a scandal, I could just go back and sweep through my accounts, find everything that is might be like ammo for that kind of people. They just want to maliciously cancel people and just delete them. I could just go back and gone. But I don't know if I should do it, right? Because I read them and I'm like, this is not controversial. This is not something to raise an eyebrow, right? And I'm like, Because the other thing, you see, I'm going to make this a segue. One thing that I want to do is, instead of tweeting, right? Like I said, if you have a passion about something you need to discuss, don't make a, 13 tweet post about the subject, with you basically writing an entire thesis on Twitter about the subject. Make it a video, right? Make it content. So I'm like, how about if I delete this, and instead of writing about it in the internet, how about I, for example, make a video for YouTube? Or, even better, make a quest in my game where I drive the point of what I'm trying to say into a side quest, right? Make it a side quest, right? If I want to say, okay, this is why doing this is wrong, how about I make a side quest where a character tries to do that and everything goes wrong, right? If I'm trying to say doing this is right, I make a side quest where you get to do that and everything goes right, right? I could do that. I could do that, right? Instead of writing about it, make it, express it through your craft, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Express it through your craft. Maybe a bit biased when you say it like that, but I still go. It makes sense, right? If you are a musician, if you have something to say, make a song, right? If you are an artist and you need to express something, make art, right? If you're a writer and there is something you want to address, write, make a story, right? If you are a poet, make a poem, right? So if I want to be a game dev, make a game, right? It makes sense, right? If you are propagandist, make propaganda. Indeed. If you are a propagandist, write a piece on Kotaku. Yeah. Basically that. Ah.
Chicken jock. E.
Hello, Basil. Welcome. And with that said, way, game.
That's annoying. She hates you.
Who hates me? Oh, that one. Okay. I already forgot about her. Wow. 1 hour job. Yeah, that was a
Chicken
bit
jock.
long-winded, huh?
E.
Ah. So yeah, that was interesting. It was an interesting day. It's the first time it happens. I thought it would happen eventually, but I didn't expect to happen to me so soon. Yeah. If you're good at anything, you can write a post. Yeah, I suppose. Or you can create something for yourself, right? Someone needs to invent the next fever, like Beethoven, right? Video games has not always existed, so you can maybe make your own market, create something new. That would be interesting. Yeah. Okay, so last time we made a bunny and their attacks. Yeah. How about we make a... I didn't finish this bunny, did I? Not too much work. Wow. Okay, so let's see. We have the attack. We are missing 2 sides to the attack. We don't really have a hidden animation. Well, I suppose that counts as a hidden animation. We have this that is basically the movement. They just lie on the ground. You have good news and bad news too? Really? We have the idol. That looks just fine. Movement also is just a static image. Oh, you have no risk of falling asleep straight away? Oh, that's quite nice, actually. We do need the wind up and going down. The bad news is that's because you have a head dodge. Wow. That's not good. Yeah. Get some paracetamol. You know, I always have questioned the name of that drug because paracetamol sounds like a drug that is meant to kill parasite, right? My brain for some reason defaults to that. So I'm always like having to remind myself, no, that's not what it's for. Yeah, which is annoying to say the least. I'm not trying to be Mandy, I just hate myself. Wow. 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 We need to make at least one version of this. So I suppose let's give it a try. Let's start with this. The attack, basically. And we'll go from there. Let's delete the right one. And this becomes the right. Right? Right. We edit this. And what I'm going to do here. We can use the same ball like that, right? Actually, can I just rotate this? Would that work? For his main special, he can just put me on his ears. Imagine that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is rotate. There we go. And then I can just place it. Maybe lower.
Smiley face emoji, heart emoji, hello, waving hand emoji.
Hello! Welcome, welcome, Mundo. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Welcome. 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 Okay. And then I want to basically center this. You cannot really center it. Let's see, this one is against the bottom, so it would be like this. Basically. And I can rotate the face also. Hey. Oh, the other day I was watching a VTuber react to the... What was it called? I don't even remember the name. That compilation of clips of like early YouTube where it was like these random clips of animations, very simple animations that were very funny occasionally. That was interesting. Oh. That actually made it look more diabolical, like this. Look at that, that's actually kinda creepy. Wow. What the fuck? Oh, I need to take note of that. That really completely changed the appearance, huh? Wow. Yeah, it looks like he came from Yuminiki. What the hell? Oh. I'm going to take note of that. Hold on. I'm actually taking note of that. Hold on. Not to self. Hold on. Oh, this is the ground database. Okay. Let's take a note. New note, please. No, this Okay. Not taken. By the way, have you seen that animation of Humaniki? The one where they use the music from what was it called? Battle Block Theater. I love that animation. Have you guys seen that? I'm wondering. I'm going to remove these frames and duplicate this one like that. I don't think anyone made. Oh, I believe it's very, very old. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second. Let me check. It has to be somewhere on my YouTube history. One moment. I really loved it. One second. One second. For some reason, YouTube is not loading fast enough. I don't know, it feels almost like there is someone streaming on my network. I wonder who that is. Come on, load. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Hold on. I'm going to close this. Share it with us on Discord? Yeah. Hold on. Okay, I will post it. Where do I post it? Let's place it on. Should I post it just on general or something? I'll post it on the main section. I feel like it fits better there. Check it out. I find it extremely funny. I love that animation. I actually even want to contact the animator, so to ask them to actually do animation for me for my game. Yeah. I low-key want to hire them. Yeah. Okay, let's delete this one. Yeah, I love that animation a lot. Okay, that's the last animation. You have seen that one too? Really? Have you seen the other animations he has? He has like 4 or 5 from Yumeniki. Yeah. If you didn't know. Not really? He has like a bunch of cute animations from Yumeniki where the girls are like inside a Game Boy screen, like walking, and the same steps with the music. That one is really good. I actually want to hire someone to make an animation like that for me. I wanted to use it like either as an opening or as an ending for the stream. It would be really, really good. Yeah. Or as a back screen. Yeah, it would be really, really nice. I really like his animations. They are really, really good. Yes. You know what is the most like crazy thing about this? These animations are very similar to the ending screen that Hako Spells from Hololive had, like this little dance, 8-bit avatar of herself dancing to the music on her ending screen. But her ending screen was like an order or magnitude less quality than the animations from this guy. This guy literally blows the one she had for her ending out of the water. Yeah. That's why I want to hire him. I want to hire him. Just because of that. Okay, I added a couple more attack animations. Maybe I can actually do the same and just rotate the attack for the wind up and wind up. Yeah. Hers is a make-believe tea party compared to this guy. Yeah. They are like in completely different leagues. That's why I want to hire him. Or her, I don't know. And I want to basically pay for that, basically. But I don't know how much they will charge for it. And also, it looks a bit like a passion project, right? It's really well done, but he's not very consistent a lot with their uploads, right? So I think they either did it out of passion, like they wanted to do it. So I'm not sure if I actually hire them to do animation for me, they would actually do it. Yeah. Okay, this is the wind down. Let me copy this, duplicate that. And let's delete the right one. And replace this. Yeah, but I want an animator like that. I will pay him quite a lot for that. Yeah. I actually want to hire the guy that did the meets bad ending from HoloLive. He wants to make like this little fighting choreography for the HoloLive meet members, because that looks incredible too. Yeah. I believe I can rotate this, right? Wait. Rotate crosswise. Oh, you can actually just rotate them. Oh. Interesting. I've been doing a lot of work for nothing. Lovely. Yeah, that animation looks quite good. The one he did. Yeah. Yeah, the one who did the versus in animation. Yes. That guy, yes. Yes, when I see that kind of people, I'm like, I will fucking pay you. Make something for me. Name your price, mortal. It's the kind of sentiment I have whenever I see that. Offered your firstborn? Wow, that's quite the price to pay. You would think this guy was more of a what is the name? The Holy Grail from Fate this Night, the corrupt grail that will fulfill your wishes in the worst possible way. Just go to an orphanage to get some there. Ah, that's the issue. You see. It specifically says in the contract, your firstborn, right? It requires you to give birth someone. Yeah. Sadly, you cannot really bypass that loop like that. Yeah. On the other hand, if we can bargain the terms of the contract, we might actually agree on a higher number of children that are not blood related. Yeah. Yes. Wow. Okay. Let me duplicate this and let's delete this one and rename this one. Open this one and then we image rotate. That's the ground direction. Like that, okay. Yeah. No, wait. That's the correct direction, yes. Yes? Oh wait, I think I have the animation backwards. Whoops. Whoops. I just noticed that. This is right. And I need to rename these ones. Hold on. This is wrong. This is right. And this is left. Just the same over here. That right, that left, that's okay. Left and right. Okay. We can duplicate this and delete this one. So I read this story where this fairy would grant the guy a wish, but in exchange she would have his a bit more. The guy took advantage of her facing and had a child with her. Wow, okay, that's... I don't know if that's smart or extremely dumb, depending on what happened next. Yeah. You say nice, but I have several questions that need to be answered before I can have an opinion. Like A, how big is this fairy? B, oh, this is fairy. C, what did the fairy wanted to do with the child? Yeah. D, what happened to the child? Like in the end. Make an automaton account your child? I suppose if you somehow manage to actually make a valid birth with an automaton, you could probably pull it off. The first should pray, she's speaking of. Wow. Wow. Mind you, I believe most fairies are not that big. Ouch. I believe the biggest fairy, Titania, was like the size of a small woman. Basically, Titania would be at most my height, if not smaller. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, fairies are afraid of iron in the lore. I do know there is a reason, but I don't remember it right now. But there is an actual reason for it. Yeah. Is actually that is the origin of the werewolf's silver bullet. Basically, the myth got distorted, I believe, and eventually became silver and related to werewolves. Yeah, if I remember correctly, yes. Didn't Iron burn them? Yes. But it will also basically... Imagine it didn't just burn her. Imagine the iron was like bright red, hot, like almost white. The kind of iron that if it touches your arm, you are more likely to lose the arm than be harmed by the injuries. The kind of hot you would like get burned to the bone more than anything. Yeah. Yeah, silver can some types of potion, very common types of potion back in the day, could be detected with silver. Yes. Yeah. I don't remember quite clear the reason of how it came to be, but I believe it was a mix of certain different things. Yeah. I believe it was the meat of the silver combined with that meat with the iron and the fact that that wolf howl at night to try to locate each other is the equivalent of us basically going in the forest. Hey, Ricardo, where are you? Hey, basically, these the wolves basically screaming at each other. Marco, Polo, basically.
Ricardo is here.
Yeah, Ricardo's here. Wow, it doesn't look quite correct, but it kind of works, I suppose. What remains the weirdest noble metal because all the other noble metals are silvery in color? Yeah, I suppose the non-rusted metals are silvery in color. Yeah. Because it was funny. It's fine. I also find random stuff amusing that no one else actually finds it funny. Yeah. So I will not judge, like at all. Ah, I died. Okay, that looks good enough, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to check my notes. So we have the bunny, right? Now we're missing the owl. It will be next. Or we can do the mole, the porcupine, the boar. The mole. I suppose the mole would be the easiest one to do. Okay, we can try to make the mole because I think it's kinda easy to make. I really want to remake the code for the player. This is a mess right here. This is incredibly messy. I really want to remake this. Okay, let's make them all. Is that how you write more? We need that. We need movement. We need angle. We need hunting. Make a pond where the mob is actually the skin mob. That would be funny. The issue is that I don't know how to represent that in an enemy. Wind up. We need a wind up. And I think that's it, right? Hold on a moment, I'll be right back. I wanna turn on the AC because my room is kinda burning. One moment, I'll be right back. One moment. I'll be right back. Right back. Hello. We have a group of animals gathered together. We have more among us. No, not that kind of more. And then the mouse says, dudes, just like Ricardo, why are you calling me out? Confused more among us. Ah, I forgot to refresh the alerts. Damn it. Whoops. 1 second, I will refund you the alert. Yeah. I just noticed there is someone that by far outclasses anyone here when it comes to redemption points, crystals, basically. That person even outclasses like Historia, like by 2 zeros. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Yes. I have a shit ton of crystals. And refunded. I just saw it because I sorted the users by crystal amount to find you. And I was on the top. Flex my crystals. Hold on, let me switch. To chat, okay. crystals. Yeah. I kind of want to see if I can use those crystals for something. Yeah. Because I think it would be funny if I could do something with them. Yeah, because they are basically just gathering dust right there. Because I don't actually... you should probably remove Historia from there since it's a bot. Yeah, you're right. I probably should. My bot Historia. My Shikigami? That's not quite correct. Yeah. When it comes to lore. Yeah. It's a husk, a thing. I don't know why it reminded me of Ultra Kill. Maxor's Ultra Kill. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to make a mall. I keep getting distracted. Sprite. Sprite, sprite, sprite.
How do we enable marriage to Historia?
Marriage to Historia? That would be difficult. I think you first to figure out what the Historia is. They're not getting engaged with the bot. Can you imagine that? You basically push for a marriage for basically what you think is a woman or a person. You insist to marry just because they have a name that sounds like they are a person, and then once you meet them, you realize the error in your ways. Wrong Historia? Yeah, that's not even the correct what call it? Way to write Historia's names. Yeah. Oh, and you didn't even say Historia is her Shikigami. You said history. Now that I notice. Oh yeah, most chat was already past the 20 test, so the eternity is already here. In my Historia is a machine now. That would be funny. Okay, so what am I trying to do here exactly? Okay, I want to make a mall. So let me change the grid size real quick. Let's make a circle to start with, right? And then I will click the circle on the bottom. Like right there. just like remove that. Right? And whoever gets married, it just gets attached to it and undoes it as fuel. Undo set as fuel. And used as fuel. Now the historia, the machine I'm imagining in your brain, the one that you are imagining, I think it looks like one of those flying tentacle machines from the Matrix. And when you get married to the machine, they put you on their little battery capsule and plug you into the Matrix. Oh, you were making it more like a blender? Wow. You took the gruesome version? Okay, I see. That kinda looks okay-ish. The forbidden slushy. Wow. Wow. You remind me of that one joke. Have I ever said that joke on stream? I wonder. Have I mentioned that joke? Do you know what joke I'm referring to? I wonder. You do not? Basically, I had this one class in university that was extremely annoying. And basically no one wanted to take it. Neither seriously or actually take it, like at all. So the teacher made this stupid little game where he said, okay, whoever wants to be exempt from the class with perfect scores, I want you to come to the front of the class and tell a joke. If the class laughs, you're exempted. If not, you don't get another chance. You have to take the class. And basically, for a moment, nobody stood up. Oh wait, it was not not one. It was 3 attempts, like 3 jokes you needed to say to actually get accepted, right? If any of your jokes landed, even one, and you made the class laugh, you got exempted from the class, and you didn't need to come or anything. You already had like perfect marks, right? So for a moment, no one actually stood up. Then someone actually did, and told this absolute nonsensical and not funny at all joke. He fell and then attempted 2 more times and failed, right? And I was like, I don't want to do this class. I already know everything about this class. I don't want to take it. And then he was bullied for forever. That's what you would think it would happen, right? But the next person stood up and they told the most unhinged, not funny joke I ever heard. And the teacher actually told him, okay, you don't have to come back to the class. You are like not welcome back here into the class, and you are getting a 0 for your grades. Because his joke was extremely racist, extremely not funny. Yeah, basically. So he kept going. Another 2 persons stood up. No one actually managed to land a joke. And then 1 more person stood up. And this one actually managed to land a very nice joke. And I saw that the mood in the classroom shifted, right? And given the jokes people had told so far, I thought, okay, maybe this one joke I know will maybe hit, right? But first I need to set the mood, right? Because I was going to make a slightly darker joke. So I needed to like ease the room into it, right? So I told this really stupid joke that I made in the spot. That I was like, I stood up, I went to the front, and I said, what is something that is yellow, but when you press a button, it turns red? Nobody could guess, and I told a chick in a blender. No one laughed. It was a slightly dark joke, right? But that was the goal. Ease the people into the dark joke mood, right? So the next one I thought was, okay, why did the girl fell from the swing? Nobody answered correctly, and I was, because she has no arms. Now the few people that had that kind of humor actually laughed. And then I added my next joke, the one that actually got me exempted from the class, was that I said, okay, why now does the girl not fall from the swing? And one of the guys that I knew had this sense of humor literally bursts out laughing and screams because you tied it by the twin tails to the swing. And then the whole room laughed and I got exempted. Yeah. It was such a stupid joke, but it worked at the time. Yeah. I suppose just the image of imagine the swing and the girl without arms and being tied by the hair to the swing was what cracked them up. But I believe it was mostly the fact that the guy just literally screamed like it was the funniest thing he had ever heard. Yeah. You found the first one funnier? Yeah. I had a bunch of those really stupid jokes that I just randomly thought on occasions. Like I will randomly tell my friends, hey, what's black in the outside, green in the inside, and can go through walls? They were like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? And I will go, a phantom avocado. And then just laugh at myself and walk away. You got one? You can say it if you want. Why does Cuba don't participate in the Olympics? Why, Tanis? Why is it? Because any Cuban that can run, jump, and swim is already out of Cuba? Ooh, that's nice. Actually, I don't want to do that. I think that looks kinda good. If I sell it like this, right? And then now I can worry about making the actual mold right here. What kind of mold should I do? What do you want, the divorce? I don't know. Why? Oh, that reminds me of one joke that I heard that was funny because it was hard. Because my wife has been through throwing stuff at me for 20 years. But why not having got better? Wow. Yeah, that's a good reason to divorce. Maybe I can do it like this. Is it correct? Maybe a little bit bigger. It should be more? Yeah, maybe. I'm still not sure of what appearance give them all. Make it like a commando mode? What, you mean that I put it like with camo? Like this? Give it those marks. Oh, I see what you mean. Wrong kind of camo. Wrong kind of commando. Special ops mode. they look like whiskers instead of the camo thing. It was meant to be the mouth, but I'm not really good at drawing that. Something like that, and I can just make it like that. It looked like the bird from Angry Birds, the yellow one. And then I put the box in front. Ah, you cannot see a damn thing. Lovely. Something like that. What do you think? It looks a bit weird. In my eyes, at least. Made the head less round and there is more. Hold on. I'm grabbing this. And saving a screenshot. Just to throw something into my Twitter line. Look like a bird. Okay, let's make maybe a few more layers. Let me grab something more brown, actually, so it doesn't look so much like a bird. And I'm going to move the glasses to a different layer, right? And the banana too. Oh. Oh. Right. I should probably change the camo things also. Let me add a new layer here. Now we'll just grab it from there. And now I can just disappear this stuff and overwrite. Oh, I need another layer. This one is for the pic. So let me just grab that. Now we'll just draw the pic real quick with the black outline. I started calling it a pic, even though I'm not supposed to do that. Okay, so now I hide everything, right? And I grab the default image and let me just clean it up. The snout is too pointy. Yeah, I do agree with that. Let me just fix the outline real quick. Right, and maybe make this more round, just head, right? Maybe we can just extend it a little bit. Make it a bit more round, right? And I can grab this color and just quickly fill this in. Hmm. That looks better. Let me grab this. And I will just hit it. Like that. And then we have the things I need to clean up. Let me try to make it nice. So I can clean this better. Like that. And I can maybe clean up a little gap like that. Okay. Those are the glasses. That looks not quite bad. Right there. And delete that and switch to this one. This one needs to be rounder, we said, right? Also I can give it some hands over the rocks. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yeah. And let's see, how about like this? Does that look correct? And I need to clean the banana. Hold on. Okay. Like that. Oh, great. I also need to remove this. Oh, your grandma gave you some Bluetooth headphones. That's nice. I kinda have been wanting to get something like that, but I have not really had the will, mostly, to actually get some. Yeah. I always feel like I can find something better to use my money on. So because I already have some good headphones, right? Yeah, they have cable, but I already have good quality headphones, so I don't feel like a reason to actually do that. Yeah. Should I mark it this as the left one? Because it's kind of looking to the left. It has pros and cons. I imagine, yes. I can duplicate this and make it the right one. I just need to open this, edit, image, mirror, all frames, and we have the one facing right. We can make the one facing down. And that one, I think it would be easy if I just remove this. I can maybe just adjust this a little bit, like center it, like that. And this one, I will just do this. Oh. Something like that. Damn it, that actually got me really good. I was a little bit too focused there. Ouch. Actually, ouch. 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 Your headphones are wireless with a USB dongle? You're looking like a 90s villain right now? Really? That actually got me. That indeed got me good. Okay, I'm just going to hide these ones. Like that, and we can say it as the back. Yeah, it looks kinda cute. I think I might not actually leave this version. It's going to be just the placeholder. Because I would need to justify the sunglasses in the lore, which is not something I want to do. But as a placeholder, works just fine. Yeah. Oh wait, I need to make the object. Let's see. me switch the sprites for the mob, and I will give it the behavior for the enemies. Generic parents enemy, and that's it. It's going to have a very different behavior than the rest of the enemies, but for now it serves as a placeholder. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to place the enemy. Wow. I'm actually half asleep. Huh? Enemy. There you go. We have a mole. I'm tired, basically. I feel if I lay down and close my eyes, I'm going to fall asleep. Oh. Well, it's moving. Ouch. My ears. Okay, I need to... No, that didn't wake me up. It made me jump a little. Just a tiny bit. But it didn't really wake me up. That's the issue with me. You need to actually, like, get me tense if you want to wake me up. Yeah. That's a bit of an issue. Yeah. Movement. You see, spamming that doesn't really work because I can literally just resign myself to getting my ears destroyed, and then the build-up is pretty much gone. That's the issue. It's like, if you think about it, if someone has resigned themselves to dying, you cannot really threat them with that, right? So if I just resign myself to getting my ears destroyed, I cannot really be worried about the sound alerts. Kicking your own knife, I don't know if that works for me. It managed to make me feel more uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say I feel more awake. And I tried kicking a few times, not just once. With everything I got, I cannot. There is way too much valuable stuff around my room for me to be doing that. Between my computer that is like worth as much as a car, and some luxury items samples scattered around the room, I cannot really do that. Also, there is some VR equipment here and there that I don't want to destroy either. Yeah. I'm not like Filian, who literally destroys a set No, not a set. Like at least 4 or 5 VR sets each stream, basically. I actually value my stuff. Fun enough. Billion? Did I pronounce that wrong? Or something? Billion? Billion? Oh, you spelled it wrong. Where? I don't see your message. Oh, wow. There is actually a missing message there. Wow. One of my chats didn't register that message. Wow. That's the first thing that happens. Interesting. I never seen that before.
Phil E. Ann.
Phil E. Ann. Wind up, wind down. Down. And that's another lead. Wind down. I'm just going to place orders for the animations for now. Sometimes I think about names like that. Phil D. Ann. Instead of the correct wording. Sometimes, depending on the word or the name, I will not even bother like recognizing the word as it is. I will just make a vaguely similar word. Most of the time, just nonsensical to use instead. Wind up. Verthandy. Wow. By the way, I was watching a video about the lore of the Spirit Temple of Ocarina of Time. Now, that's one way to force these no jokes into the chat. I was watching this lore video about the Spirit Temple, about the goddess of the Spirit Temple, and I found out some stuff that I didn't know. In the video they were talking about how the temple is referred as the temple being watched over by the goddess of the suns, right? And in another occasion they call her the serpent goddess. And then Navi specifically says that goddess looks evil when you are inside the temple, which is odd, right? But apparently someone went to the trouble to go to the Japanese version and check the name of the temple, and the goddess, and they refer to basically to the statue of the goddess as the evil god's statue. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? It's supposed to be an evil god. And then for some reason, I didn't see them actually provide any proof about this, but they were theorizing that the Gerudo were basically worshipping this evil goddess. And then they hit me with the hardest plot twist that I have ever gotten on a Zelda theory. There was this one, what to call it? This one, data leak from Nintendo, where a lot of demos and prototypes from the 90s got discovered and leaked online. And inside there were some beta versions of Ocarina of Time. It seems he went to check that data leak and found that the Spirit Temple was called something along the lines of the Colossus statue of the evil goddess Din. The evil goddess Din. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean Din is evil? And that was quite surprising. Because if you know the lore of Ocarina of Time, Din is supposed to be one of the goddesses from the Triforce, the goddesses of power, right? And I'm like, wait, what the fuck, right? But then when you think about it, why would the piece of the Triforce of power basically stay with Ganondorf? Yeah. And when you think about it, it's interesting, right? And that's very interesting because, as you know, I was planning on making a text dump of Ocarina of Time to see what I could find by connecting different concepts using my program, right? And that's one thing I didn't know about. Maybe I should go and grab the Japanese version of the Ocarina of Time and do a text dump the same way and find a translation for each test and try to run my experiment on that too.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. Welcome, Niri. Welcome. Yeah. So I kinda want to do that again, but with the Japanese version of the game. Yes. Also, I already made the data dump. Of the Ocarina of Time. I already have the text. I'm just sorting through the strings, basically. Wow, this one is resilient. Got a pre-made model? Nice. It's nice. I hope it's good. I hope it's nice. Yes. Wow, that... Oh, I forgot to set some data. Whoops. Okay, let me set some variables here. Okay, the HP, I suppose I will give it 2. The drop chance, I will leave it as it is. Direction basic, I will set it by default to be down. State idle, the book is off. The name, I will set it as no. Attack power 1, range 32. That's not quite correct, but I will check that later. Is Discord lighting? And your vector. I need to clean this code also. Melee speed, flying. Okay, I think that should be good enough. Yeah, but that was quite surprising, knowing that lore about the Desert Colossus. Yeah. It's very interesting. It makes me want more to check the game using my data dump and sort it through the program. Yeah. Ouch. I need to set it so the thorns don't respawn if you leave. Our little model is moving correctly, I believe. It does make sense in a way. The only issue with that is we never gotten the indication that a thing was evil, at any point, which is a bit confusing. Yeah, the only exception is the fact that Ganondorf got the Triforce of Power, and that's pretty much it, right? Which is very interesting. Yeah. You can't because going past certain point is spoilers? Well, then don't. Wait for me to play the game. Yeah. Next time I set the poll for what I'm going to play next, you can vote for Sea of Stars. Yeah. Technically I have 3 series that are on the edge of ending: Elden Ring, Hollow Knight, and well, Zelda not really. I'm getting there, but not quite there. Yeah. Oh, also I heard this rumor on Twitter. You should probably read the messenger first because of the references. I heard these rumors on Twitter that there is this one user with the username of "Let Me Solo Them" camping the last boss fight of Elden Ring, and they basically kill the end boss for you. Yeah. Which sounds very interesting and funny. I don't know if it's the same person that was soloing Millennia, but this guy apparently is just as good, from what I heard. Yeah, and they have the same outfit. The no armor, both on the head, and a single weapon. Yeah. from what I've seen. Yeah, which is kind of funny. I really want FromSoft to add the player into some of the games as a boss or something. Yeah. Oh. Wow, I'm tired. Let's see. I want to make some attack for them all. Let's make the wind up. Okay, so we start with this guy, right? Then what I'm going to do is just add one layer and grab the colors of this guy. Maybe make something like this. And then I grab this. I hide everything else. Make the hands. I suppose that's good enough. And then we duplicate this, and I'm going to actually hold it for reference, and I will just move this hand up like that, and I will just copy like this, and I will just add it right there. Just make it smaller maybe, so you can actually see the hand. And like that, and then just give it the outline. Like that. Grab it more. And then just have it for another 4 frames. And let's set it like this. That looks nice. Yeah. So you made a post about accidentally typing video streams in YouTube. So you never use a picture, and I was confused at first. Yeah, because I was talking about the community post on YouTube, but for some reason I typed VTube instead of YouTube. Yeah, I was completely wrong right there. And the worst part is that the entire week I was just copy pasting the same message for every screenshot that I posted, which it was even worse. Yeah. So now I decided, hey, do not copy paste. Yeah. So I'm going to be writing each image an actual message. Yeah. I will laugh at you, but I didn't notice it either. Yeah. I only noticed because I was like reviewing the post. seeing how well they did, and then I saw that when I reread my post. Yeah. So now each message is going to be different. Yes. Hopefully. Okay. I'm going to copy this. Delete this one. Rename this to up, and I'm just going to change this. I'm just going to hide the glasses, the snoot, the lines, and I suppose at least on a few of the frames, I actually need to remove these ones. Actually no, hold on. I need to move them like right there. And move this one down actually. This one needs to be lower than this, like that. Right, that makes more sense. Right, like this. And I can just delete this one. And duplicate it. And this one looks just fine, like that. Actually, I need to move the stone below the hand. Like that. So you can actually see him like reading the shot. Yeah. Oh. Ah. That looks nice. Shall we see how it looks currently? Funny enough, I thought, because I was talking a lot at the start of the stream, I thought my boss was going to be more tired. But it looks like I'm technically fine. Oh, he's trying to attack, for sure, right there. You can see it. But it's not really obeying the... Oh, it actually is. It just takes it a moment to actually do things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm doing fine. My voice is tired, yes, but it's not like other days where I basically cannot speak clearly. Yeah. Okay, what else do I need to do? And we have one dark, one dark. I need to do the other version, right? I could just copy the hands, maybe. Just grab the hands. Right, grab the hands, go over here, and just place them, like right there. Right, then I can make 4 frames, and on the 5th, I'm going to just delete one hands. Wait, I didn't make that on separate.
Element of surprise!
You actually made me jump there. I love it. Ah! I screwed it up. I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Okay, that looks better. Kinda. Looks like it should be looking. Okay, now I need to add a new layer and actually add the hands. Right there. Right. And then now I actually make duplicates. And then on this one, I move this hand. Now we'll place it like right there. Right, and I need another layer. Go over here and copy the rock. Right. We go over here and I'm going to just place this here. Actually, let me just fix this rock because it's very broken. Like right that, and then we add 4 frames, and there we go. We got a wind up animation. Nice. And then for the prime animation, I just delete this one, duplicate this one, then we call this right, open that, edit this one, and I'm just going to and we're good. Like this, right? That's very fast. Hold on. That should be slower. Yeah. That's kinda okay-ish, I suppose. The other ones like this. Yeah, this one is also a bit fast. This one is okay. And this one is okay. Okay, we are doing good. So that's all the wind up animation sounds. I believe. Okay. Let's check it out. Oh. Ah, my Guy just died. Note. Ah, I'm stuck. Not. I really need to fix that issue. Oh. It is working quite nicely. You can actually see him try to attack right now. Yeah. So it is working quite nicely. Yeah. Nice. I keep thinking about maybe rewriting the pathfinding algorithm, but then I think, that's going to be such a mess. Yeah, because it's not working correctly. Yeah. Because I want these moles right here to act like the... I don't know what the name is. The desert pineapples from Zelda. You know the ones? The ones where basically pop from the ground, that are like shaped like this and have like a little circle here and a bunch of spikes like this, and they kinda Beyblade their way to you. Make them burrow into the ground as they move, maybe? I was thinking them to behave more like the Soras from A Link to the Past, the one where you just see like the whirlpool in the water where they are going to spawn, right? And then they just pop up, throw a rock at you, right? And then they disappear and spawn in a different location. That was the idea, right, for the moves. Because they are meant to be range, according to our opinions. Yeah. So I was planning on using them like the Soras from A Link to Past. Yeah. I think it's a good fit, and they would be like more, what to call it? More versatile in a way, because they could pretty much be used everywhere in the map, not just on water spots. Yeah. So that's what I've been thinking about this particular enemy. Okay, for the wind down, I already know what I'm going to do. Right, I'm just going to delete this for the wind down, and I'm just going to duplicate this, move it over here, and change the names. Up, wind down, and wind down, wind down, wind down, right? And what I'm going to do is very simple. I go to this, and you see these frames right here. I'm just going to grab these ones, the last 4, and I'm just going to move it to the end. It won't let me move all the frames at the same time. Either way, just moving to the end. So it will look like he's putting his hand down, right? And I will just hide the rock, and we are done, right? It's a very nice placeholder, I believe. It will sell the throw, basically. Right, so I just grab these ones and move them to the start. And I hide the rock. And you can see them basically putting their hand down, right? That's the idea. Next, we move this to the end. And then we just hide this. Next one. Move this one to the end. To the start, excuse me. Hide the rocks. And you can see it basically putting their hand down. Like that. Yeah. I think it looks nice. Right? Let's see. That's not fire. Oh! That bunny flew away. Did you see that? I didn't realize the bunny's foot get yeeted into the end of the world. My item select is not working correctly. YouTube kinda shadow banned your YouTube account when I open any video shows video unavailable. Wow, that's odd. It has happened to me, you see, something a little bit different. Instead of saying video unavailable, it says you cannot play this video because your account is being used somewhere else. But that's not true. What is happening is because I'm using a VPN. It's randomly blocking me, YouTube. Yeah. Basically. Your account, because you are watching a different video on a different device or something, is what it says. But I know there is no other device using my account, because the first time I got that message, I actually got scared and was like, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean there is someone watching videos on my account, right? So I changed all my passwords, and turns out I still got the message. Yeah. Even after logged out of everything. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like they are locking your account specifically. Yes. That's weird. Something you can try to do that might work, but it's a bit advanced. You basically need to do this, right? If you press, let's say this is YouTube, right? You have the video right here, and the comments and the description are over here. you have like the bunch of videos right here, right? If you press F12 on your browser, there is going to be a bar with technical stuff showing on the right. Here, look for the tab that says application. There has to be a section that says storage. In there is a button that says clear all storage. Before you press that, you need to close every other window you have from YouTube opened, and then you click that, and basically it will flush everything. The browser has about your account, and that might actually fix the issue. It has worked for me before, yeah. And then you just relog in your account, and you should be able to just watch YouTube normally. Yeah. You can try that if you want. If it were for uploads, well, at least when it blocks me through adblocks, it actually says you cannot watch this video unless you remove your adblocks from your browser. Yeah. Oh, it happens in other devices too. Yeah, and then it might be your account. Yes. Yeah, then I don't know how to help you. Yeah. Error block by client? Oh, the thing is that block by client is you. You are the client. If it said block by server, that would be YouTube. Or something like connection closed before the petition was completed, that would be YouTube, right? Closing connection, resetting connections, or stuff like that. When it says client, it means you. Yeah. Error block by client usually is an error ads show when they get blocked by an ad blocker. Yeah. Yeah, it might be your account, actually. Yeah. Sadly. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. I never actually had that kind of error. I'm stretching. Now we need the attack. 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 Let me close all this because I have too much stuff opened. I'm going to close from over here. You are going, you are going, you are going. You too. You too. You are going. You too. Sometimes as the refreshing a bit, sometimes it works. Maybe there is a chance it's your IP? Your internet provider? No, because then it wouldn't affect things like your cell phone. I don't know. Maybe it's YouTube. Yeah. Country? The error would be different. It will say this content is not available on your nation or something. I have gotten that when I try to watch some videos from Korea. Yeah. Yeah, it might be your account. Everything is pointing to being the account. Yeah, incognito would be blocked too. Yes. I need to add a layer before I do that. I will move this one behind the head, like that. And I need the stone also. Yeah, let's check the image to see if the animation was sent to you. That's very weird. Yeah. I don't know why would they shadowbind you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, YouTube sometimes is weird. Yes. By the way, I'm almost done disputing all the copyright strikes that I have for Hollow Knight, and then I will switch to a different game. I currently have 21 content ID claims. Yes, they are not content copyright strikes, they are content ID claims. Yeah, those are two different things, two separate things. Yeah. Is everything going to be alright? Yes. It's fine, don't worry about it. I already took measures for that. It won't really cause any issues. For example, this music, I actually have in paper license for the music. So if they say, no, you don't have the permission to use this music and blah, 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 I'm like, you dumbass, you have activated my trap card. Actual for real contract. License. Yeah. Yes. I actually have a license for the music. Yeah. Do you remember? Let me tell you what's the most like bullshit content ID claim that I have pending. You see, there is this Do you remember the little, like, premiere I did for the Lord video for the shipwreck? Do you remember that? What do you think got a content ID claimed from that video? Tell me. Go ahead. Tell me, what do you think got copyright ID claimed? You will think, okay, maybe the storm, right? Maybe an SMR artist. Maybe the, what to call it? The sound of the waves, or the creaking of the ship, or any other sound effect, right? It was not the voice acting, it was not the art, it was not the sound effects. They content ID claimed not the title. You see, when I did the little review for the video, I don't know if you remember, but I basically had the video playing in the screen, right? Well, just before my video started, there is this countdown to the premiere, right? The music that was playing right there in the countdown for the premiere, that YouTube provides for the creators to use free of charge. Literally, the music that YouTube created themselves and put for content creators to use got copyright claimed. And I got that one strike in my Lord video because of that premiere little preview. That like roll before the video, that got copyright striked. I had never seen a more bullshit copyright claim before. Even the others, like, try to pretend they are the authors, right? But how the fuck do you believe you can claim YouTube's actual audio? Seriously. It's like they try to say, hey, the YouTube music you literally got from YouTube, we own that, and you are not allowed to use it. And I'm like, the fuck? So I'm going to dispute that one, for sure. I'm not going to even hesitate to dispute that one. Yeah. That copyright dispute is the most nonsensical I have ever seen. Yeah. I never been like actually blindsided by how nonsensical some of the copyright claims are before, like that. That actually caught me by surprise. of how nonsensical it was.
Hey Mew.
Hello! Welcome, Wolf. Welcome. After simple advice, instruction learn to never make a mistake. Yeah. Yes. I never expect to get that kind of copyright claim, for sure. Yeah. That actually looks pretty nice. What's everyone doing today? Quite nice. Myself. A little bit sleepy, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. And that's the drop. Ah, that's surprisingly smooth. That's actually surprisingly smooth. Huh. Maybe a little bit too fast. Yeah, how about I drop the frame rate to 16? I suppose it was enough. Yeah. I find the ones that actually believe they are dating the Osh is funnier. Oh, those are scary. Especially the one Kiara from Whole Life had to deal with. That guy is scary. That's the kind of guy that would end up like dying with a bullet hole on their chest outside my house because he tried to break in and got shot. Yeah. Have you? Well, I thought maybe you have, maybe you don't. Had you ever seen that one video of there was like this? Remember there was a rat about Crony being in love with Sally and there because Sally married a guy and had kids. Yeah, that's complete bullshit. Yes, that was very fanfic of them. Yeah. I watched this not movie, news. This news clip or something that happened on the United States where basically a couple, a teenage couple broke up, right? Because the girl was basically moving to a different state to attend a different school, right? So they break up. They what to call it? They didn't see each other for like 6 months, right? The dad never really liked the guy, right? He was a bit weird. So suddenly the boyfriend contacts the girl and looks for her at school and he's behaving very weirdly, right? So she says, okay, you know what? I don't want to see you, right? So she goes home and he follows her, right? He literally runs into the house and locks the door behind and the guy literally walks up to the door and rings the bell. The girl tells her dad, right, what's happening, and the dad tells him, go away, we don't want you here, you are not welcome, right? And the guy, instead of leaving or like being like, Hey, excuse me, I didn't mean to scare you or something. I just want to talk or something. Like, he didn't say a damn thing. He just suddenly started to kick the door like really hard, trying to basically kick it down, right? Over and over. And then he started to tackle the door. The dad then screamed like on top of his lungs. Even the security cameras around the house basically caught his voice. He screamed, "Go away, I have a gun." The kid didn't care. He kept like smashing his body slamming the door. And suddenly the door cracked. Like it partially slid open in the middle where he was kicking. And that moment, the dad just literally started shooting through the door. And the boyfriend obviously got hit, right? Not once, twice, or 4 times, right? And the boy like suddenly just stopped. Like if the door was like here, right? And the boy like was like standing here. Suddenly he just stopped moving, and it was like there for like 5 or 6 seconds, and then he just walked away towards the how to call it, the spot where the cars parked in the house, and he just fell over. Yeah. Oh, you're going to sleep? That's fine. Good night. Thank you for coming, Wolf. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so basically the guy managed to almost crack the door in half. Like there was like an actual crack on the door like this, right? But then the dad started shooting, and the boy didn't scream, didn't like grab his wounds or something. He just stood like this for like 5 or 6 seconds, and then he just walked away and fell over. It was like extremely fucking creepy. Yeah. The dad didn't see any jail time because there is this law in the US called the man and the castle, where basically the one who is basically the owner of the house has the right to fuck anybody up who tries to break into their house. Yeah, the castle doctrine, indeed, yes. So the prosecutors said, no, we're not even pressing charges against the man, against the dad. Yeah. I think most countries have this now. Well, let me tell you something. My country doesn't. Isn't that cute? Isn't that nice? If I kill someone in self-defense, I will go to jail. It doesn't matter if the other guy was trying to kill me too. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. That's why you had me every other day going, okay, if this happens, where do I hide the body? Yeah, you had me like, maybe I should invest in this particular gazebo on my back yard that for some reason never gets finished. There is always just under construction. with a particularly human-sized hole always open, just in case it's needed. And suddenly, when someone disappears, my gazebo is completed overnight. And I just say, no. That thing was in construction for ages, and I just happened to finish it today. But fun asset. You see, that sounds viable, but it is not. I have learned. Yeah. It's not very useful. Yeah. It's very hard to get rid of the acid, especially because it becomes basically just soup, right? Like this disgusting soup, and you need to get rid of it. And that soup can still be traced back to you. Yeah. Which is extremely annoying because when you try to flush it down the drain, it just won't go. It will literally stick to the pipes and cause a problem for you because now you will have to unplug it yourself, because if you call a plumber, he's going to catch you, right? So the bathtub with acid doesn't really work. Yeah. Pigs eat even bones. Yeah, but this is very slow. Also, you need to have pigs. And when you are in the city like me, it's not really very viable. Yeah. Okay, let's stop here for today, shall we? That's a nice animation. Maybe I could set it like faster because it looks nicer. Like that. That looks more nice. Yeah. Let's do that. We will continue with this later. Yeah. Okay, let me switch to my room.
You are fine so far. Mew pogging. Ricardo Lolly used surprise alert. Wow, YouTube kinda shadow banned my YouTube account. When I open any video it shows video unavailable. Hey Mew.
Hey! Yeah. But, you see, why I search for that kind of stuff? To the point, if my country actually had some kind of surveillance on the internet, like the FBI does, that they basically immediately flag people who are looking for suspicious stuff on the internet, I will have the police at my door like twice or 3 or 4 times a year. Yeah. Yeah, it would be extremely annoying. Yes. How did the topic went from copyright claims to disposing bodies? I don't remember. I went from copyright to gender, guys. Yeah. Okay. Let's end here for today. My voice is tired. And so am I. Ish. Okay. Good night, sleep well, rest well, good night. Rest well, good night. Rest. Que descansen bien. Buenas noches. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Elden Ring. Yes. Yes. No. Okay. Good night. Bye bye. Good night. Bye bye. Sleep well. And bye.
Yes, wow, YouTube kinda shadow banned my YouTube account. When I open any video it shows video unavailable. Ha, Weird. Are you using a VPN? Mine says video unavailable. This content isn't available. Try again later, which is BS because when I log out or open in incognito the videos run just fine. Huh. Maybe because of all the ad blocks I use. I don't think it will, since this happens on other devices too, like my phone where I don't have any ad blocks. Welp. Also it says net:/blocked_by_client, so definitely YouTube. Maybe it's your network? My phone uses data though, different from my PC. Sometimes after refreshing a billion times, it works. Or your country maybe? Probably not, since my coworker and my brother can open YouTube just fine. But then it would not work on incognito either. Yeah, I think it's the account too. I have adblock and IDM, so maybe that's why. Try checking your email to see if any message was sent to you. I have 0 YouTube emails, aside from gift memberships expiring. Oh, is everything going alright? Or you got a license for that music? I wish YouTube would punish content ID or copyright strike abusers. Yes. What? The art? Sound effects? Don't tell me it was the voice acting. Title. Bruh. I thought everyone used that. Never underestimate how delusional people can be. After seeing a lot of fans in 4chan I learned to never make that mistake. Hey Mew. I love how insane a lot of fans on 4chan are. Hello. Yo. Oh, she didn't collab with X, she hates X, they hate each other. How is everyone today? Doing fine I guess. Pretty okay. I find the ones that actually believe they are dating their Oshis funnier. Yes. I remember there was a rat about Crony I being in love with Sally, and his NTR'd because Sally married a guy and had kids. WTF. If I want to feel scared from something, I imagine myself as a female Twitch streamer and the thing as an unhinged fan. WTF. I'm going to sleep now. Good night people, stay safe and have fun. Bye Wolf. Good night. People say that they want yandere girlfriends but they aren't ready for stuff like this. Castle doctrine. I think most countries have this law. Mine doesn't either. That sucks. Me too. D. Lovely indeed. Bathtub and acid. I'd tie it up to cinder blocks with metal wires and discard it at a river very far away from my home. Or just feed it to my dad's pigs. Pigs eat even the bones. Okay. How did the topic went from copyright claims to disposing of bodies? Copyright. Yeah, that would be over for you. Screw it. Good night. Went from copyright to yandere guys. Yandere is only cool in fiction. Okay, good night everyone. Sleep well people. Or else. Bye. Cricket noises. Croissant. Rice cracker emoji. Banana emoji. Bye bye. Pinata emoji.